Travis quarterback? Are you considering that, or?
Jordan's ready to play. You know, he's been doing a good job in practice. We only got him in for a couple plays so far, but you know, it's not. He is certainly an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you analyze the receivers? The receivers. Oh, sorry. You hear me better now, I'm sure. How do you analyze the receiving problem with the drops, maybe not getting open as much as they have in the past? What's your analysis of that?
Yeah, we've dropped, you know, balls, and some of them have been in key situations, and some, you know, takes away your momentum. You know, even like the first third down the other night, you know, you feel like you have a catch and big play, and we ended up not making the catch. We also have plays where they're wide open, and you know, we didn't see them. You know, so it's not one group or one area. It's the fact that we're not able to put it all together and not working as a unit. You know, the protection, the timing with the quarterback, the vision and understanding what the defense is doing, and being able to catch the ball. I mean, it all works together.
Bob, as a coaching staff, how do you prevent frustration or confidence slipping moving forward and try to keep the team, you know, moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's definite frustration. There's no question about that. You know, we got players that are competitors, and you know, certain things aren't happening the way we expected, they expected. So there's certainly frustration. The way you get confidence, the way you develop confidence is you make plays. You know, you have success. So, you know, my brother used to always get on me all the time about how are we going to get confidence? Well, you get confidence when you make plays. You catch balls, you hit hands, you know, you understand what the defense is doing and go through your progression and you know, drop the ball off or throw it down the field. So I think the number one thing that we have to do is understand that, work hard at it in practice, you know, do a good job with our offensive line in practice. Sometimes during the season it's frustrating to get better in practice with the offensive line if you only spend so much time against the one defensive line. So we'll spend more time against the number one defensive line. Be more physical in practice, and you know, you lose some on schematics and what you want to do game plan wise, but you gain on technique and fundamentals and intensity. So that's the balance that we're at, and we need to probably go back to, you know, going more reps of one-on-one versus each other in practice.
You're clearly used to coaching teams that score early and a lot. You know, how difficult is it for you as the head coach? I mean, you sit up at night going, what do I need to change? What do I need to do to?
Yeah, it's difficult. There's no question. You know, it's frustrating to me. You know, but I'm going to keep working. We're going to keep moving forward, and we'll get it. We'll get it. We just got to put it all together and you know, do it one step at a time. But you know, I really felt going into the game that we had a good plan and that things were going to be there. I felt during the game that oh man, this is not, you know, what's wrong. And then I watched the video, and it's like I don't understand how we're not making those plays. So it's, you know, it's kind of one of those things where we all got to stay positive. We all got to work harder. You know, we all got to believe in each other. I think that's the one thing that we'll really concentrate and focus on with our players is, you know, not getting negative, not, you know, getting your head down, but coming back. But I also believe that that's part of athletics. I think that's one of the things it's supposed to teach is that you have to overcome obstacles, you have to overcome setbacks. You know, you got to be able to deal with criticism without resentment. I think that's one of the big keys as a coach and as a player is that I can deal with criticism without resentment. And you know, there's always some truth in the criticism. There's no question about that. So you have to deal with it. You have to, you know, improve with it, or you have to not listen to it. You know, you got to be able to. But there is going to be criticism out there when you're not playing the way that you should play, and that's where we're at right now. We're not making plays and doing things that we're accustomed to and used to doing, and we need to get back to it right away because we got a big game this week, and you know, one I'm excited to play. It's exciting to bring Florida State in here. It always is. Hopefully we have the same enthusiasm and the same excitement in the stadium, and our players have to step up and step up to the challenge and go get better.
During the broadcast Saturday, Alex Cupper alleged that your team looked disinterested. Do you think that's a valid criticism, and whether it is or not, what is your approach to motivation?
Yeah, I don't think that's one at all disinterested. You know, you look at the excitement and energy that our defense played with, and the energy they had. Offensively, we were continuing to work. We started moving the ball, then we would hurt ourselves. But to criticize the players' efforts, that's not true. You should come in and watch the video.
Okay, well, how do you approach motivation as a general?
I mean, we do it in all kinds of different ways. So some of it we do in the individual, some of it we do in our groups, we obviously do team motivation. So, I mean, motivation is something that you do every week, and it completely changes all the time.
I hate to make you relive a bad drive there, but after Rajay's interception, you get the ball in there short. What did you want to see there? What happened there? When you went back?
Yeah, I really felt like we would run the ball in. We saw the looks that we wanted. We did have a couple of good blocks that we had the ability to get the ball in the end zone. We were a little too tight on our track a couple times and didn't hit it exactly where you're supposed to. Probably should have got the big guys off the field on third down. On the one play, they moved the ball back to the 2-yard line. I don't know how or why, but we didn't get the ball in the end zone. So that was disappointing because we've usually been a really good inside the 5, run the ball in the end zone team, and against the same team as we did it a year ago.
Coach, do you have an update on Dorian, Robert, and CJ?
Dorian, Robert, and CJ. Dorian and Robert, made the trip. CJ did not make the trip, so he's a little bit further away than they are. There was some thought from our training staff that they might be able to get them ready to play on Saturday. They did come in this morning and lift and run. The update I got is that they ran well and that we're very optimistic.
You talked about staying positive and the criticism and so forth. You see some parallels maybe to the year you started 03, hung in there, and then finished strong. I mean, can you bring that up, or do you? Or do you see parallels in it, or what's your...
Yeah, I mean, there's some parallels to it as far as the inexperience and the fact that you should get better and better as the year goes on. There's no question about that. I think the thing that we have to be able to do is work hard on the practice field and believe in that, and then you get going. It is better to be 2-2 than 0-3. We are better there. So, and we've had 1/3 of the season, so there's a lot of games ahead of us. There's a lot of work in front of us, and we'll get better.
What did Hassan Hall tell you after taking the lead on that kickoff return?
He said, I thought I was in the end zone, so he made a mistake. He's supposed to line up on the goal line, and then he goes forward to catch the ball and return it, stays still to catch it and return it, and backs up to down it. The other returner is supposed to come over and get 5 yards in front of him and help him, mainly to tell him to stay in the end zone, and he just made an error. Obviously, he didn't want to come to the sideline. It was the last guy coming over there, and obviously he's embarrassed with it. One of the things, though, that with the change in the rules that we'll do now is we'll no longer down the ball in the end zone. That's what we coach. That's my fault, because you teach them to catch the ball and take a knee and hand it to the official and jog off the field. Now, if the ball's in the end zone, we're just going to fair catch it and never go down to a knee. So if you'd have fair caught that there, we'd been on top of it. If I'd have been on top of it, he'd fair caught it there, we'd have the ball on the 25. But, I felt bad for him. I know he didn't do it on purpose. He loves to return kickoffs, and, he's good at it. So it's just a rookie mistake.
Is that a disqualifier for him for the future? Or is
No,
it good?
absolutely not. I love Hassan Hall, and he works really, really hard, and he's really fast, and he's tough, and he's just gonna keep getting better and better. You'll see him make a lot of plays around here in the future.
Coach, you mentioned the wide receivers. With Jalen, someone like him to drop a couple like that, do you have any feel for why or what happened?
Yeah, I think maybe sometimes playing receivers like playing golf. You know, sometimes the harder you try and the more you really try to grind at it, you know, the harder it gets. So Jalen needs to relax and, you know, get back and believe in himself. It's really unlike him to drop passes. And I think what he's trying to do is say, hey, I need to make a big play, I need to make a big play, and he's, you know, running before he catches the ball. So he's got to get back to looking the ball into his hands, looking it all the way to the tuck, and, you know, being able to make the plays that he can make, and there's no question he'll make those.
Any change in Chris Kalanka's status or still?
No, there's none. There won't be,
Okay.
so you don't need to ask that. He won't be back this season coaching for us.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay, thank you.